This branch has been sawn down by hand. I definitely didn't need to do it by hand, but that's what I ended up doing a few weeks ago anyway. A good lesson on persistence. There was a lot more lumber and the pile on the right signifies some of that. Pile on the left is from the mountain pass from Chelan's folks. We have some nice hanging baskets. The dogwood tree was pruned earlier this year by myself. That was good fun, and it was a beautiful blossoming experience. Lovely pink. Looked great with the sunset and the sunrise. We have this fig tree which I planted. It's looking really good. There were 1 or 2 leaves on this thing when I got it. After I cleared this space, this big maple, almost on purpose it seemed, threw another couple of branches at it, uprooted this little fig tree at first, but it's back in the ground and it's doing well, so I'm happy about that. Then we have this cherry tree, maybe 3 years old or so, a North Star semi-dwarf cherry tree, so it won't really be fruiting. Well, there was this funny little attempt at a first cherry, which is a good sign because it means that it's probably cross-pollinated successfully with some cherry trees from a neighbour's property over that way, which I was planning on, which means I don't need to have lots of cherry trees, just one will do. So this is a long game. Hopefully I'll get some nice extra shade up along this pathway. At some point I'll excavate this pathway because it's quite overgrown, but it's all right for now. I've had a lot of fun with this chimenea. Fired some steaks over it last night from Cow 177. Delicious. This is some more of the lumber. They'll make some good mushroom logs. Blue oysters are hopefully on the bottom, although I've known for a while now that these were maybe too dry when I inoculated them. But it's been less than a season, so I'm still holding out that some of them will give me some mushrooms. We have the rhubarb planted here, which is very happy now. It had a tough little start, but plenty of nutrients in the soil are making it kind of good. I transplanted some garlic from a neighbor a few weeks ago, and it's just this dead looking stuff here. The garlic isn't doing so well. I can't remember what I planted here and here actually. A couple of little things sprouting up. Then we have kale. Just planted some more kale. I don't know if, yeah, some of this will be fresh kale coming up, I hope. And then leeks. Now the leeks were actually started over the winter, but they're doing really nicely. I spaced them out 2 or 3 weeks ago and they're standing upright again, which is a really good sign. Hopefully they grow nice and thick around the bottom so I can make some good leek and potato soup amongst other things. I've not really cooked much with leeks before, but I'm looking forward to doing so. We have some lilacs that just finished. They had some beautiful flowers. This is the first year since I moved them to this area of the garden. that they have done well, as in actually flowered. They were doing fine, but this is the first year that they flowered, so hopefully lots more where that came from next year. I also just received some, oh, what are they? Can't remember their name. Something sapphire. Some more bulbs that are a blue color rather than a lilac, of course, for lilacs. And those I'm going to sneak in here at some point as well. Then we've got the strawberries, which after a couple of seasons are producing some nice fruit. Oh look, this one's ready as well. Almost. I really need to get some straw under here to stop them from rotting away. But I picked the first ones minutes ago. They look great. I'm gonna let Shalane try the first one momentarily. And then the pride and joy, the sweet potatoes. This is my big project. This is the produce. This is what I hope is going to get me hundreds and hundreds of sweet potatoes. If I get 100 to 200 sweet potatoes, I'm going to be a very happy guy. So, sweet potatoes. The ones in the back are purple sweet potatoes, so these will be smaller ones. They are arranged from the top there all the way along. A couple of them round here didn't make it, but these are starting to look really healthy. I'm very happy with that. So I just need to keep piling high quality soil around them, but they got a really good start because this whole area was a Three Sisters garden last year, so corn and beans and squash. And so the beans, once they finished up, sent a lot of nitrogen down into the soil. I topped that off with some more manure and compost and, you know, just mix it in with what was already here. Dug a trench. I've got two sides. And then these sweet potatoes from here all the way over to up there, these are slips that I got online. So the purple sweet potatoes were actual potatoes out of a box that I started from scratch. And then the slips are already, they were plants that were already begun, and these should be larger, I think, white sweet potatoes. And then these two are the same. And then these four pots are actually all from the same big old white potato. It's the only white sweet potato that I started myself. You know, these are all the slips that I ordered online, and these were from an actual potato. So I don't know how these will do. I think they might do okay. This guy in the corner is the most promising. It's really warm here now, you know, high 20s Celsius, and it was over 90 degrees Fahrenheit here today as well, so the soil's warm enough to start chili peppers outside, which is something I'm going to try. Almost tripped over Calypso. This is peppermint over here, which I'm excited about. I get a lot of weeds along that really shallow soil all the way down there, so I'm hoping to get some mint started. I tried starting mint, 3 different varieties of mint: spearmint, peppermint, and a third, lemon something mint. I tried starting that straight in there, but the soil's just so shallow and I think it was a bit too cold, so I'm starting some fresh, and if we have success, I'm going to try and make that strip of soil have some mint as its invasive grassy weed, you might say, although a tastier one than this horrible stuff which I've been battling for years and now have a large foothold over now that I've pushed it out with some high quality produce. I started some ginger here, but I used store-bought ginger, which has growth retardant on it, which I learned too late, so it had some roots coming out of it when I started it in water, but I've yet to see it poke through the soil. I've got another one on the other side of the house, as well as some, I think I'm trying to start another chili pepper plant on the other side of the house. That is the garden update, and I am happy it's all come together. And now I'm gonna go and enjoy some delicious strawberries.